Good morning, Monroe Mustangs. I hope you are all doing well and having a beautiful Friday on this beautiful first day in May, my friends. Yes, today is Friday, May 1st. That means it's just a number one, May 1st. So, how exciting! We are starting a new month. And with that, we are going to actually close our buildings unit. And next week, we are going to start exploring a different topic. And on Monday, I'll give you the information on what that topic is. But I'm wondering if maybe you could guess what it is. It's definitely has a lot to do with what's happening outside in the environment. It also has a lot to do with how different animals and plants and insects grow and change. So, I wonder what we could start learning about. But before we move on, let us talk about what we're going to work on today. But I almost forgot one thing. We got to say good morning. So let's say good morning quickly, and then we'll start talking about what we are going to work on today. Ready? Here we go. Good morning, how are you? How are you? Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. How about you? How about you? All right, one time in Spanish, friends. Buenos días, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? ¿Y usted? Good morning, my friends. Oh, how I miss you, and I've been thinking of you, especially as we start coming down to the last few weeks of school. We only have this month left, friends, and then you will all be moving on to kindergarten. But before that, let's refocus. Refocus my brain, Miss Maruka. Don't get too ahead of things. So, yesterday, my friends, we talked about different community workers in our community. We talked about how a teacher works in the school, right? And so the teacher was sleeping in our book. And then we also talked about the librarian and how she takes care, or he takes care of the library and make sure all the books are put away. We also talked about the police officer and the firefighter and the doctor and the grocer and how they were all getting ready for everything to be ready the next day. We also talked about the farmers. We also talked about the gardeners. We also talked about the postman yesterday. And so those are all different people in our community who work really hard to make sure that we have food, that we stay healthy, and that we also stay safe. So, and one more I'm forgetting, also the paramedics who work in the ambulance. They are also our big community helpers. So today, my friends, with the closing of buildings and talking about how we live in a community, how our buildings are in a community, and how we all live in this community together and need to work together. Since since right now in the world, there's a lot of sickness happening, there's a lot of germs going around, so we're being careful and washing our hands and making sure that we don't spread germs and we're staying at home. But there are people out there, our community workers, who are still going to work. And they are being really brave and staying really strong to keep us with food. Like everybody at the grocery store, they make sure that all the food gets put out in the aisles. They make sure all the food gets put out on the displays so we can buy it. And then behind them, before it even gets to the store, they're the farmers and the people who are working out on the fields, who are making sure that our fruit is picked, and the farmers taking care of all the cattle and making sure that we have food, different meat and eggs and cheese and milk. And then we have the doctors and the nurses who are making sure we're all staying healthy and working hard and being brave And then we also have the police officers, the firefighters, the paramedics who are also out there working really hard and making sure that we stay safe. So what I wanted to do was to close our building unit with saying a thank you. I just want us to take a moment and maybe make a really beautiful picture and say thank you. Maybe you want to say thank you to all the community workers. Maybe you just want to say thank you so much, community workers. Or maybe you want to just say thank you, doctor, for making sure that I felt good and that I didn't get sick. Or thank you to the grocery store workers who are making sure that we have all of our food out. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a thank you. I have a piece of paper here. You can get a piece of paper, whatever kind. I have just a notebook that I was able to find. And then I'm going to write a few words. So I'm going to make a dash for each word I'm going to write. And then we'll count how many words we're going to put in our sentence. So I'm going to say, thank you, community workers, for all your hard work. And then I'm going to put an exclamation mark. That's a type of punctuation. And you put that there when you're really excited. You're like, yes! So I'm going to say, so thank you, community workers, for all of your work. Okay, so I'm going to start writing. So let's count how many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different words we're going to write right now. So here we go. Thank you, community. I'm going to say helpers. I was saying workers, but I'm going to say helpers because they are big helpers. Helpers for all of your work. Okay, so I have thank you, community helpers, for all of your work. And now you can draw a really beautiful picture. I think what I'm going to do is I want to start my picture with a big heart because my thank you is coming from my heart. So I'm drawing a big heart. And then I think that maybe what I'll do, I'll color my heart and then I'm going to make some hands that are saying thank you, like high fives. High five hands. So this is just the start of my thank you card. What is your thank you card going to look like? And who's your thank you card going to be for? Or do you want to thank all the community workers like I do? Or like I said, do you want to choose one? Or all of them? Or 2 of them? It's up to you, friends. But the most important part of today's activity is to say thank you and show gratitude to those who are still working really hard right now to make sure that we're safe and that we still are able to live our healthy lives. Okay? So we're saying thank you, and then we're going to start moving on to learn about something else on Monday. All right, my friends. So I would love if you sent me a picture or a text message of your thank you cards, or you can even send me a video, or you could call me and tell me about your card and describe it to me and tell me who you're thankful for in our community helpers. All right, my friends. Well, I love you all. I miss you all. I hope you all stay safe, be kind, and work hard, my friends. Okay? Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.